I'm going to share the experience that actually led me to my turning point. And I said, enough is enough. There's certain things I shouldn't be accepting anymore. I was dating this guy. I was in the university. I remember very clearly. I just got into school. I was dating this guy. And because I had very low self-esteem issues, I felt like, oh, I had to do everything he wanted me to do to be on his good side, like I mentioned earlier. And so this guy, 1 month into the relationship, of course, I had already said things like, oh, I personally am not I'm not big on having sex before marriage. I don't do all of that. As a naive girl, I already had moral values. But of course, this guy had ulterior motives. So I remember he started tripping me with gifts, and I will never forget. He bought me a BlackBerry Bold 5, a white one. Yes. And I was like, oh my God, he bought me a phone. Bare minimum rubbish. But then I thought he had given me the whole world. But that was bare minimum behavior. And if you are here watching me and you have one guy tripping you with things and you're happy, he bought me a phone. That's not love. That's bare minimum behavior. Don't see that as anything worthy. Anyways, I digress. This guy buys me this phone, and then I started to notice a change in his behavior. He started to talk to me anyhow. And then one day he threatened that he was going to take the phone away from me because I had done something that he didn't like. And I was like, oh no, I needed this phone that I now have that I don't want to give up and all of that. One day we decided to go on a date. We went to the movies, I remember. We were in Unilag then. We went to Ozone Cinema at Sabo. We went to watch a movie. After watching the movie, this guy was supposed to take me to my house. And then on our way home, I noticed he diverted and started going towards the university campus because he was living on campus. I was like, no, where are you going? He said, oh, I'm going to my room. I want us to go and chill. And I was like, no, I want to go home because it was already past 6. I want to go home. Take me home. And he was like, no, that today he's going to have, the conversation led to, he's going to have his way that why would he have a girlfriend that he doesn't have sex with? And I was like, you must take me home. So I became very agitated at this point, and I'm like, you must take me to my house. And the guy kept saying no, still kept driving towards school. And I was like, no, stop the car. And before I knew what happened, guys, ladies and gents, you know what happened? This boy parked in the middle of the road. I remember he now turned into a street that was very quiet and deserted. Parked in the middle of the road. Came down from his side of the car. Came to my side of the car. Yanked the white phone he had bought for me out of my hand. Carried my handbag. A whole me. Think about me. Winifred Wanya. A man did this to me in my young age. Yanked my bag out of his car. Flung it to the sidewalk. Yanked me out. Think about me. Yanked me out of his car. Flung me out. Hit the door. Walked back to his side. Entered the car like a foolish man that he is. And then this man shut his door and drove off. Picture it. You should please help me picture that moment. When I look back at that moment, I laugh now because that was actually the turning point for me. And that was when I said, you know what? Enough is enough. I didn't have a dime in my bag that day as transportation. You know that thing they call vex money? It's real. Always have vex money in your bag. If you're a young girl watching, I always have vex money in your bag. I didn't have no vex money in my bag. And I had to trek from that place to my house, sobbing and wailing on the road like a hopeless girl. I remember I got home. I couldn't even tell my mom. I couldn't tell anybody because one of the most embarrassing moments of my life. But that was the day I said, enough is enough. Nobody was ever going to do this to me ever again just because you had material resources that I didn't have. And I think that that's actually one of the major reasons why I'm fueled up and determined, and this is my independent lifestyle. I'm living it on a max pro level and nobody can ever take it away from me. But that was actually what inspired me to say enough is enough with myself, and I decided to fix my life, get my life into order so that that thing would never happen to me again. That was the first and the last time it ever happened, and it will never happen, not on my watch, and not as long as I have breath inside of my nose, that a man will fling me out of his car because of a BlackBerry phone. Please, where's my second phone? And I'm doing this for effect. And if you are watching me, you, that guy that did this thing, shame on you. You hear me? Shame on you. I have 2 mobile, I'm not doing this to brag, but I'm just showing you how I leveled up my life. My life is not leveled up based on material things, but I'm just trying to prove a point here. By fixing my self-esteem issues, I was able to do for myself what people were doing for me and were mocking me and making me feel less than myself because they were doing for me. And I said, enough is enough. And the tips, practical steps that I used to get my self-worth back is what I'm about to teach you in today's video. So pay close attention. But for you, I would only pronounce your initials. H-O. Shame on you, man. Shame on you. I'm happy I did that. I feel liberated by my action. Anyways, back to the matter. The very first thing that I did to get my self-confidence and my self-worth back on a maximum level is
boys learn to treat the girls like sisters.